Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel, and today I will show you another collection overview. This time it is a shorter overview because I'm going to show you my silver pens, and I'm showing you the pens that are made of silver in the cap and the barrel, and that's it. I'm not going to go with vermeil pens or pens that only have the silver cap or just the silver part. I want to go for cap and barrel. And this video will take some time because I always take some time when I'm making my videos. And there will be no writing samples. I'm just showing you pens with made of silver. So let's start, and I will show them in a chronological order of the release of these models. So the first one that I want to show you is the Parker 75. Parker 75 is a silver pen. It is a pen from the 1960s. This particular pen that I have in my hands today, I'm not 100% sure when it was made, this one, but it is a pen from the 60s, at least its origin. It comes with several finishes, but the kind of original finish was this, with this grid pattern called Ciselé, and it used to be black between the lines or in the lines, but once I polished it in the wrong way, so it got like this. Then it gets also some tarnish with time, and then this pen it is a cartridge converter pen, no cartridge or converter at the moment. It has a triangular, it is rounded, but it has a rounded triangular shape on the section to guide your fingers, and a plastic section, and you have a gold nib. The gold nib is an interesting nib. It writes well. It is a Parker pen, so we are used to that. And then it has like those little markings on the metal collar on the end of the section, and these were made so you could adjust the angle of the nib to the angle of your writing. What happens? Imagine if you are talking about maybe a Lamy Safari, because it is a very well-known design. When you're talking about a Lamy Safari, you have a triangular grip and you have to grip the pen that way. So if you rotate your hand a little bit, it will not be comfortable. This pen guided your handwriting in this way, but then you could adjust. There was a special tool, but you don't need it, just not to have ink in your fingers. You could turn the nib like this, for example, and you had these little strokes just to know where your nib was, and then you could write at this very strange angle. If you could write with it, I couldn't, but it was very dramatic. So you could have this angle, and let me try to show. Maybe I cannot show you, but the side facets are here. So they are aligned like this. One side facet and the bottom facet is here, parallel to the bottom of the camera here, and the nib is in an angle. So that would allow you to have your specific angle of writing, and you could have that in any other pen, but because this one has the triangular grip, you would know that when you're holding the pen, you're holding the pen at your specific angle. I'm not 100% sure that was an amazing or useful innovation. However, I think this pen was a very nice touch in the evolution of the pens. At the time, Parker still had the 51 and 61, but they went for this design and also for the 45, but the 75 The Parker 75 have a very special design. It was upmarket from the 45. It had nice material and this very innovative and new pattern of Ciselé on the pens. Short after the Parker 75, and if I'm correct, this pen is from 1969, the pen that I'm showing you. I have this one. This is a Pilot Elite, but it's called the Long Elite, that gave origin in the end to the Pilot Silver. This pen was made of silver and it was a long Elite. We are used to see the Elite as a short pocket pen, and it's still available nowadays. It's the Elite, Pilot Elite 95S, or in the United States, Pilot E95S. So it's called Elite in some places and only E in other places. That pen is an interesting pocket pen. This was not a pocket pen, it's a full-size pen. When you look at the 75 is a regular sized pen, slim one. This is not slim and it is a little bigger than normal size. So this is the Elite, and this Elite had Elite marked there. It had on the other side there the engraving sterling silver. Also the Parker had there sterling, oops, out of focus. Let me take this one out just to keep everything on. You can see there sterling cap and barrel. So there is the marking there is the marking here, sterling silver. And this pen is interesting because it has the same pattern as the 75. This pen has the gold clip, which is a strange match for the pen, but it's the same color as the nib. Very nice springy clip, not as the more rigid Parker 75 clip that many times goes into the fibers of pockets and pouches. This one doesn't, because it works really well. It has this cigar shape, and it is a pen that also a push fit cap like this one, and it is not a cartridge pen. It had a filling system which was a piston with a sack. It was kind of a button filler. You had a button here, but the button didn't work on a spring that moved the bar or something like that. The button worked on accordion sack, but the accordion sack is dead now, so I replaced it. I made a kind, let me take this carefully. I have a video about this so you can check it. I made a costume made for this pen cartridge to fill it easier, at least until I find a way of converting this pen again to that kind of button filler. But accordion sacks are no longer available, so I had to do this conversion. The pen is very interesting. It has this inlaid nib that is very big. The nib is a manifold, which means it was made to write over carbon paper, so with lots of strength. However, it is a springy nib and you can have really big line variation. 18 karat gold nib, gold colored, as I showed you the nib is, the clip is, and it has a rounded rectangular breather hole, and it also has something that I find very interesting, which is the hole for filling the pen is at the tip, so you didn't need to dip all the pen into the ink and then have all the nib dirty with ink, and that would be a problem because ink could go on these little sides of the nib. In this way you can just dip the pen until here and you're okay to fill it. So this was a very nice design, sterling silver pen, clicks on place, very nice and inspired on the same Ciselé design you see on the Parker 75. Now, 3 more pens to go. The next pen is a pen from the 1970s. It was made until a little bit later, and this is the Lamy CP1, which is a very interesting model. There are lots of variations, and this is the model 53, which is a sterling silver. There are 2 versions, one fatter and one slimmer. This is the slimmer one. And when you look at this, you can see there at the clip, I'm not sure if you can see on the side, it says Sterling, Germany, and then it has the silver content 925 and Lamy on that side. So this is Lamy CP1, made of silver, again a pen made with the barrel made of silver, the cap made of silver, and the section is plastic. This is a cartridge or converter pen. So again, the pilot is the one that is off at this moment, and this one has maybe a broad or a double broad oblique nib, and the nib only says 535, which is the gold content of 14 karat gold nib. So I didn't show the Parker, but I don't think Parker says which gold content it has, or it does. There. Oops, let me show you. I cannot read it here on camera. My eyes are getting bad, but I think you can see that on camera. 14 karat gold nib. So 14 karat gold nib, 18 karat gold nib, 14 karat gold nib again. So this is a nice, interesting silver pen. This one doesn't have that Ciselé design, the square design. It has a line design, which is very thin, but I think you can see that. It is a very slim pen, full-sized in terms of length, but very slim pen. The nib is rhodium plated, so it is silver colored. So let's cap this one and put it here next to our Pilot Elite. The next pen is a pen that was released just a couple of years ago, but it is a very interesting pen, very expensive also, and this one has a smooth finish. This pen I received very recently from Kaweco, so thank you so much, Kaweco, for this. This pen, I have my friend Luis says that I should show this pen with some white gloves like this, because it gets all with fingerprints, but I don't really care about it now, but so sorry for the fingerprint. And this is a Kaweco Sterling Sport. Says there, Kaweco Sterling Sport, Germany 925. Again, the same kind of imprint you see on the Lamy. It has the logo of Kaweco. It is a Kaweco Sport in its shape, so octagonal cap, rounded barrel, and this one also has a silver. Sorry, I'm out of frame. A silver. Silver section. It has a gold nib, rhodium plated 14 karat gold nib. The pen is currently inked. It is a short pen. I think most people can write with it like this and post it, but it was really meant to be posted like this. And it becomes comfortable. You may always be afraid of it being scratched, because the silver is very soft material. I think that may happen, but it is a Kaweco Sport, and so I will use it. I don't really care, but there is this black lining inside the opening of the cap to avoid those scratches. So it is a fun thing. When posted, it is a full-sized pen, as you may see, like this. Sorry about the lighting conditions. It's very hard to properly light such shiny pens. And this is a cartridge, short international cartridges or short international converters only for this Kaweco Sport. This pen has an interesting thing that I discussed with some friends here from Portugal, is that Kaweco Sport is kind of that economic line of a fountain pen, that it is an everyday carry. It's a pocket pen, you put it in your pocket and take it everywhere without having any problems. And they decided, it's kind of fun and interesting, that they decided to make in the same model that is a pocket pen and an everyday carry, they decided to create a pen that really is a luxury item. So I think that is kind of interesting. And when I look at this video, I think I should have locked the exposure to avoid these darkened, but sorry. Now let's go to the last pen, and this was released, I think, this year or the year before, and this is the Pilot Silvern Carp or Pilot Silvern Koi. So this model is the model Silvern, which is very well known, I think a very expensive model that I was able to buy very inexpensively, almost with the balance I have with Applebaum for the work we do together. And so this is a very interesting pen, made of silver. Also here you have engraved sterling silver Japan, and it is a pen that is very, very similar to the Pilot Elite, the same size of the pen, the same basic features, even the same kind of cap band. But the clip is different and the parts are different. The parts are not interchangeable because I tried. So the machinery has changed somewhere over the years. It has this engraved carp with black lines around. It has no tarnishing yet. It is just a little bit duller, not so bright, so shiny, but maybe that's not... Maybe it has some kind of wax coating or something like that that will protect it. I'm not 100% sure. This one has a gold nib also. So all my 5 sterling silver pens have gold nibs. And you can see it there. This one is an 18 karat gold nib, but this is rhodium plated. Opposite to the other one of the Elite. Also the gold clip, the gold colored clip, this one has not a gold colored clip, and this has this shape with a ball ending, and this one is kind of a flatter style. This cap stops at this kind of plastic ring on the bottom of the section, and on that one it stops on this ring that reminds us the ring of the Parker 51. So the nib is the same size, overall shape, not exactly the same shape but similar. The breather hole is rounded. You have also the hole for filling the pen at the end, which is very interesting because you can just dip the pen and fill the pen. I'm not very good with my hands, so when I do it I dip it too much and I have all this part filled up with ink, and then I'm writing. If my fingers go over the nib, I will have ink on my fingers, so I don't like to do it, and I fill it with cartridge. This one is a cartridge converter pen, so more reliable in that way than the old Elite, because there are no longer the accordion sacks for that pen, but you still have the Pilot regular cartridges. So this is a very beautiful luxury item, as the Kaweco is. The Kaweco is much more expensive than the Pilot, and there are lots of pilot versions. So it is interesting because we can clearly see that was a silver pen that started all these, at least the ones that I have in my collection. The Parker 75 with the Ciselé pattern. The Pilot Elite went for the same kind of design but with a very unique kind of nib. The Lamy went for their very simple lines of the CP1, and I think for these very simple lines a Ciselé pattern wouldn't work, so just the lined pattern is perfect. Kaweco decided to go for a very simple mirror. You can even see my microphone stuff, and for a very reflective and mirror finished look. Very heavy pen. It is the heaviest of them all, 56 grams. And I have here the Pilot, which went for a classic Japanese design, which is really beautiful and also a luxury item. So these are the silver pens that I have. I'm very happy with them. I think they are very classy. It's not the material I have the most. If I have to think of my favorite materials for pens, it would, at least metals for pens, it would be copper, and then steel, and only then silver. But I think it's nice to be a happy and fortunate owner of these very special pens. So I hope you enjoyed this overview. I think I need to review these pens. I don't think when this is posted I have reviews of all of those, but I will have soon. And so this is all. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to meet you soon here on the channel. Bye.